Well, hi everybody, and good Wednesday morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here. It's just about 8 o'clock in the morning here, and the first thing I'll talk about before the very nice weather today, a little breezier today, and with the higher winds and some low relative humidity later on off to the south and southeast, there is a red flag warning in place, which means higher fire danger. You could also call it a fire weather warning, so to speak. And that'll go from 1 o'clock till 7 o'clock, includes two counties in the KSMB viewing area. That's Jewell and Republic County in Kansas. But otherwise, it should be a really nice day today with lots of sun. We pick up a southwesterly wind today, which is going to be a little stronger than the last couple of days with some of the strongest winds off towards the east, but that's going to help boost those temperatures way above average for this time of the year. I'll then direct your attention to the Nebraska-South Dakota border. Notice the wind change direction. There is a cold front that's going to start to make its way southward, and that'll move through overnight tonight. By tomorrow morning, in fact, it should be across southern Nebraska to near the Nebraska-Kansas border. And it could also bring a few clouds behind it across parts of the area, so it could become, for some of you, partly cloudy or so. Others will still see mostly clear skies. As we get into tomorrow, that boundary again kind of settles to the south. So with an east wind north of the boundary, it is going to be cooler. We're looking at temperatures in the, I would say, near and south of the interstate, 60s still. Now, farther south in Kansas, we may see some 70s. You're going to be closer to that boundary, and you'll still have more of a southeasterly wind, so that may help your temperatures still get into the 70s. But getting north of the interstate, we're talking about 50s, maybe even a couple of 40s in places like O'Neill and Norfolk for tomorrow. Should be rather quiet, partly to mostly sunny skies. Then here comes the more active weather. An area of low pressure that's out in northeast Colorado will start to move towards the Nebraska, Kansas, Colorado border by midnight tonight, probably right around that tri-state area. Notice the counterclockwise rotation around it. It'll get breezier Thursday afternoon into Thursday night as that low pressure strengthens and approaches. We could also start to see some showers and some isolated thunderstorms late Thursday night and into Friday morning here. That low pressure scoots towards the McCook area by the time we get towards about 4 o'clock in the morning. And again, showers and isolated thunderstorms are possible, but look up north. All that pink, that is the potential for freezing rain. I am concerned about the potential for some slick locations in northern Nebraska. So if you have plans to travel early on Friday morning in the northern part of the state, you are certainly going to have to take it easy out there, because this isn't just a freezing drizzle event. This could be straight up rain falling. And if it's cold enough, if it's below freezing, that rain will be freezing to the surface. Meanwhile, more snow to the north and the west here. And the big question mark is, one, the path of this area of low pressure, but also, two, how much cold air does it draw in? As we move towards early Friday morning, about 7 o'clock, that low pressure is close to the Lexington area, and we'll continue to move towards the Tri-Cities by the noon hour here. So again, you can see that counterclockwise rotation with breezy winds all around it here. But it depends on which side of that low you're on. That'll determine what direction your winds are. Showers possible still around the Tri-Cities, eastward and southward, but some dry air may be drawn into the system. So our friends in northern Kansas and possibly even southern Nebraska may get some sun and still see temperatures into the 50s and 60s. Meanwhile, around the Tri-Cities, I'm thinking 40s, but not too far to the north, it could be even cooler with 30s, and in fact, maybe cold enough to get some snow. I'm hoping that snow chance is going to stay north of the Tri-Cities and we'll just see rain, but as you get farther north, we could be talking about periods of snowfall and some wind-driven snow. The winds will be fairly blustery as well. That will continue to lift to the east-northeast and move towards the Omaha area by the end of the day Friday, and precipitation chances will eventually start to move out. We'll be left with a brisk northwest wind and some colder air for Friday night. So first off, we'll talk about rain, and this is actually liquid equivalent precipitation, so this also includes freezing rain and snow if you were to melt the snow. Notice the trend of higher totals as you get to the north and to the northeast. Of course, these are areas that have seen a lot more moisture over the last few months compared to the farther south, so I'd like to kind of reverse this a bit, but unfortunately that won't be the case. Again, that dry slot will probably lead to drier conditions as you get towards the south. But again, this is the liquid equivalent precipitation. Again, ice is a concern. I talked about that ice being a concern in northern Nebraska, Ainsworth, Bassett, O'Neill. So certainly going to have to watch that early on Friday morning. And then for folks on up north, also snow. There will be a possibility, especially as we move into the daytime hours of Friday. I think a couple of inches of snow not out of the question up there north of Ord and Broken Bow. I'm not really expecting accumulating snow around the Tri-Cities as of right now. Farther to the northwest, it could be a much bigger mess around Valentine, those locations where there is actually a winter storm watch in place. The North Platte Weather Service, National Weather Service, has issued a winter storm watch for Cherry County westward for Friday, basically late Thursday night all the way through Friday during the day. I would not be surprised to eventually see maybe some advisories issued farther east around places like Ainsworth, Bassett, O'Neill, depending on if we could see some icing or some snow accumulation. So stay tuned to that here in the coming days ahead. Now let's go back to the nice side of things as we're looking at some great weather today. Temperatures into the upper 60s up north, lots of sun. A little breezy towards the Albion, Central City areas. Not as much wind farther west, upper 60s and lower 70s. Also lots of sunshine. In the south, we'll be looking at temperatures topping out in the upper 60s and lower 70s. It gets a little breezier around Highway 281 and eastward. And again, some of the strongest winds out east here, 10 to 20 miles per hour. We'll shoot for upper 60s to near 70 degrees. So the next couple of days are not too complicated. It turns more complicated Thursday night. So today, again, upper 60s for everybody, if not some lower 70s. Tomorrow, that wider range in temperatures from the maybe the upper 40s way up north to as warm as the 70s in northern Kansas. And then a chance of showers and isolated thunderstorms. Not really much of a severe weather threat, though, for Thursday evening and especially later Thursday night into Friday. Most of our moisture will come pre-sunrise Friday in the Tri-Cities area, and I'm hoping this will all stay liquid precipitation during the day Friday, and the snow should stay to the north. But again, another day of wide-ranging temperatures on Friday. Then for the rest of your 7-day forecast here, the weekend's actually shaping up to be pretty nice for the most part. Saturday, St. Patrick's Day, 50s, maybe some 40s up north, maybe some 60s south with lots of sun, mostly sunny skies. So pretty good St. Patrick's Day. Saturday night looks good. Most of Sunday will be good, but a few more clouds out there, partly to mostly cloudy. And then by the afternoon hours, there's at least a chance of rain, maybe even isolated thunderstorms out there. And then as we get later into the night, we may get cold enough to see some snow mixing with the rain Sunday night, late night into Monday. Now, there are still some big question marks with the location of that storm system, where exactly it will go, and also the strengths. Most forecast models are coming in with a weaker storm system, with the second one coming in Sunday night and Monday. So it's certainly worth watching here, but I think we'll get that a little more fine-tuned once we get past this first storm system moving through here on Thursday night and Friday. Beyond that, second storm system Tuesday, first day of spring, just less than a week away now. We'll see a high close to 50 degrees. So there you go, very long forecast, a lot to talk about, but hopefully I gave you all the details you need to know here. Next couple of days, Jan will be filling in for me. I am off to take a couple of days off and get some work done at home. So I will see you all again on Monday. So until next time, hope you all have a great end of the week and a great weekend. God bless.